Hey, what's shaking Fremont? This is Sonny. I'm down here at the fire department slash police station, and you've seen the sign. It's Fire Prevention Week. And what exactly is Fire Prevention Week? All I really, used to remember hearing is stop, drop, and roll. And, remember change the battery in your smoke detectors. But there's a lot more involved than that. So we're going to talk to Chief Dave Foos today, the fire chief, about what exactly is Fire Prevention Week. And speaking of fire, Dark Squire, he's a local DJ here, Nathan Pepperly. The guy, man, you got to go to one of his shows. He got the fire breathers. Oh man, it's awesome. It's awesome. But anyway, let's get back to Fire Prevention Week. Let's go talk to Chief Foos. Let's go, Dave Foos. Fremont, this is Sonny. I'm down here at the fire station with Chief Foos. How you doing, Chief?
Fantastic, Sonny.
You know what this week is? It's Fire Prevention Week, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
So what exactly does Fire Prevention Week mean?
Fire Prevention Week was started in the early 1900s, and it was actually started a little bit of a history lesson here.
Good.
Many people have heard of the Great Chicago Fire. That was in 1871, and a lot of debate over what the actual cause is of that fire, but 300 people perished in that fire, and the spread was a combination of both dry weather and lack of good building codes. Mrs. O'Leary's cow is historically what has received the blame for that fire. But Fire Prevention Week, again, started in the early 1900s, falls within the week that contains October 9th, which is the anniversary date of the Chicago fire. A lot of advances have been made as a result of that. We always try to pull a positive out of a terrible incident, and as a result of the Great Chicago Fire, a lot of advancements in prevention through building codes and fire safety public education, and we participate actively in that here at Fremont Fire.
Wow. So you're saying like if a company comes in or a building wants to come in and build a new structure, housing development or whatever, you as a fire department go in and kind of survey the sprinkler systems and stuff like that?
Correct. All the life safety issues of any structure. So if there's an alarm, if there's sprinklers, even down to the underground mains that supply that. They have what is called a certificate of final plan approval. And currently we work with the Ohio Department of Commerce. They'll send the structural, the plumbing, the electrical inspectors, but Fremont Fire signs off on all the life safety components of the building.
A lot of stuff people don't realize happens behind the scenes before things actually open up.
Yes, sir.
Now, smoke detectors. Now, every house should have one, right?
Every house should have one.
At least one.
You should have a minimum of one on each level.
Yes.
Of course, the older smoke detectors use the 9-volt batteries, and we have batteries available if somebody can't afford the batteries or is in a bind for the batteries. Those detectors, and we'd like to get the word out too, those are only good for 10 years. And on the back of the smoke detector, it will have the manufacturer date. And if anyone has an issue in this day and age, I firmly believe no one should be without one. We have some generous donors here within the city of Fremont, and they help us with a smoke detector program. So if anybody needs a smoke detector, if they need it installed, need help installing, just give us a call. Free of charge, we'll supply a smoke detector and install it. And also another detector that's worth mentioning in the homes, especially with the heating season coming on, is a carbon monoxide detector.
Oh, yes.
And also, again, thanks to our generous donors, we have a limited supply, but we can take care of that as well.
Wow, yeah. Now, do you recommend, so you recommend at least one smoke detector per level?
Correct.
Okay. Is that even the basement? And I know some people put them in the attic as well. Is that a good idea?
Attic, it's not a bad idea. That almost depends on the structure itself.
Yeah, correct.
I'd rather see one put in there, and if you have issues with a false alarm or something, then maybe you can look at removing it. But it's best to get one in there just to check it out. the thing to keep in mind is smoke rises. And especially in our older homes, the way they're constructed, you could have a fire in the basement and the smoke will go up through the walls and goes into the attic. So wouldn't hurt to have one up there.
All right, Chief, I know you're a busy guy, so thanks a lot. And this week is Fire Prevention Week, so thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you, and stay safe, everybody.